Good morning.
I don't think
So,
it's a good morning.
nah, it's not a real good morning. So last night we were gone till we get what time we get home? About
8-ish.
o'clock, 8:30, and it was raining, storming around. It wasn't too bad here. We only got a quarter of an inch. We pulled in the driveway down, and we found some feathers. We thought, geez, what happened? But we didn't really think they matched any of our chickens because they're mostly white feathers with brown tips. And then we checked the coop, uh, and we were short two chickens last night in the coop. We looked around last night where they kind of normally hide. It's not uncommon for, it's not terribly uncommon for a couple of our chickens or ducks to not get in to the coop, and they show up the next morning. Usually join the flock as they all gather out to. They rush over first thing to try and eat the cat food if we haven't got it back in yet. But I checked the game camera later on this morning after we couldn't find the two missing girls, and I saw a coyote in it in the driveway. So we did a little more searching, and we found this. So obviously we believe this to be Polly, one of our golden comets. So we were missing Polly, one of the golden comets, and Quinn. She is a silver-laced Wyandotte, I think, is what she is.
By far our prettiest.
Yeah, she's really pretty. And we have yet to find her, any remains, any evidence. So we're not sure. We're 99% sure that she got gotten. But what happened to her, we don't know. And then the other thing is that one of our Polishes died this morning. He was really, well, I think it's a she. They thought he was a he. He was fine yesterday. They've been isolated. They don't really get out much. But he was fine yesterday, and then this morning he was just kind of laying around in the coop when we found him. It looked like vent gleat. He had some nasty, nasty stuff on his butt. White, milky discharge on around his vent. So, I don't know. He was alive when we found him, but I don't know. He died within minutes.
Yeah.
Of kind of trying to see what was going on, see if we could do anything for him, and he was gone before we even really figured out what was going on with him. So that was kind of disappointing too, because they were doing really good. We let the other one out today to kind of integrate with the rest of the flock and see how she does, and so far it's been all right. They were kind of going to get a chance today to free range, and he was gone this morning. So.
And he was the one that wasn't injured.
Yeah, he wasn't injured. It was
Dilly Nugget.
Dilly Nugget was his name, and so we're kind of disappointed about that too. We're gonna have to do a little more research on vent gleat. I don't think it's contagious to the rest of the flock, so we'll just have to play that by ear. It sounds like it's more of a diet thing. Maybe it was all the stress of between the raccoon and the tack and the moving and stuff like that, but.
And the kitten's messing with
The kittens are always in the coop with them. They don't seem to mind too much. So, yeah, it's kind of a sad day on the farm.
We go 6 months, not one dying. And then in a matter of 24 hours, we have 3.
And the thing is, you can see how thick it is back in here. And we love this. We really do. And actually, on the game camera that we looked at, a half hour before the coyote went through, a doe and 2 fawns walked through.
You can see all the trails, and so that's why it was kind of easy for us where the feathers were, because he must have had it in its mouth, and either she was flopping and stuff, but you could easily see like a couple of her feathers each spot. But yeah, there's a bunch of bedding or grass down over in the area that's like laid down where they either sleep or but it's kind of hard for us to walk through, but you can see all the trails.
We have a lot of deer trail through here, rabbits, raccoons. So I suppose one of the next things now is to probably get out the gun and see what I can do about this coyote.
Go coyote.
Because
I'm learn how to skin it.
Yeah. Well, how about we do know somebody that deals in fur. But yeah, what worries me is now that he knows where there's a pretty easy meal. The thing was, it was 6 o'clock in the evening when when I saw him on the game camera. So yeah, that's our morning. Well, moving on from our dead chickens, we're now into our overgrown garden, weed infested, neglected garden. We've had kind of a busy week this week. Haven't really been getting home till fairly late at night. Haven't had a chance to get out here really.
No, usually we come out every single night, and they're even smaller than this. But I usually get 2 or 3 of these every single day. But this one was hidden underneath all of the leaves, leaves that were down there, and that's going to be noodles. Definitely going to be noodles. But look at that! I can already see the squash. I can see the cucumbers. We have brand new zucchini ones growing up over there too, because we decided to do the second planting.
Yeah, we replanted. I think I told you that in the last video where we replanted where stuff hadn't germinated.
This one's cucumbers, and that's all squash.
This is squash?
Yeah, that whole row is all squash, and then those other 2 ones over there are zucchini.
The plants are really coming in. Oh man, the peas are clear to the top of the trellis.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like everything hasn't been picked, and so look at the size of these things. I don't remember what I planted there.
Thought there were more beans.
Oh, that's right, more beans. Yep, more beans and then peas.
Oh man, it waters automatically every morning for a couple hours. It waters automatically out here, and then we got a little bit of rain the last couple nights, 1/2 inch, 3/4 total during a few days.
Yeah, they're all starting to bloom.
Yeah, so it's actually.
Look at this. So I have tomatoes 3 rows over. Supposed to be over there, and they're now taking over the middle of this one.
No, they're just 1 row over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had a flower on it still.
Didn't taste good. How was that one, honey?
That flower. But yeah, they're supposed to be just going up that one.
Yeah, like I said, the trellis experiment did not pan out. Yeah, we're definitely doing tomato cages next year.
And I'm planting them further apart than what it says to, because 3 feet apart is full.
We got 4 cantaloupe, it looks like. There may be some more in this mess, but I know there's 4 right here together. And I think we only had 2 cantaloupe plants that made it, so that's...
Thank the Lord.
Yeah. And like I say, we cut back the pumpkins the other day to kind of give the tomatoes a chance, or the cantaloupe a chance, and the watermelon. Kind of get over here and see what this... It's just, man. I do think we've learned a lot this year, and there's going to be a lot of things we do different next year.
The stuff that they say, though, on the little seeds, you know, it says, like, oh, plant, like, 16 inches apart, or these aren't supposed to be planted very far apart. I had my things here. But they grow so big, like, they know they grow that big, so why do they only tell you to plant so far? Like, I don't even know what this is.
It's a cucumber. It's a cucumber.
Yeah, I'm like...
And this is a freshly planted one, but it's not going up your trellis.
No.
So maybe we need to try and get to grow up.
So
I don't know.
There's a new one. I have huge cucumbers in here too. Look at this one. But yeah, I need to start pulling those up because they're gonna...
And I think we lost all of what we had left for corn, sweet corn. I think we lost to deer.
Oh my gosh, it's bad.
I think they ate they didn't eat all of it. They just ate a little bit off every single one.
Yep.
But yeah, you can tell our garden is just weed infested mess.
I'm curious when we do the potatoes though. That will make me happy.
Yeah, and we are getting harvests off it, so we are fairly happy with this year. We're actually probably a little surprised at how well it is doing, considering our lack of knowledge, lack of skill, lack of time.
Look at how big my tomatoes are, though. Look at those puppies. They're bigger than my hand.
Well, these are beefsteak tomatoes, so they're supposed to get big.
Only this plant is a beefsteak tomato.
Oh, is it?
And then I have Romas down there, which are supposed to be the smaller ones.
And cherry tomatoes.
And then I don't know why I did a whole row of cherry tomatoes. That's just going to be insane. Absolutely insane.
I'm not a big tomato eater, so I don't mind a little bit. And maybe I'll like our tomatoes better.
Look at those babies. Oh, there's a red one.
Can you get it?
Yep.
That's not very red.
I know, but it'll ripen in the house and I'll forget where it's at, so I gotta take it.
But here's our corn. Where the heck's it at on the... There it is. That's what I think the deer have done that to pretty much everything.
And yeah, then they eat.
Pretty much every ear is like that. So we lost what we showed in the last video of us freezing. I guess we do have a little bit more to get. We have 16 more ears in the house that we did harvest. But that's what we're getting for corn this year.
Potatoes are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to stuff somewhere because you're going to stuff on another produce.
Yeah. It's a little frustrating, but it's also a little encouraging.
Yeah. Don't do anything. Look what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to turn pasture or grass into garden right away.
You said we had more than 2 cantaloupe. Where's the other one?
No, 2 cantaloupe plants? No, there's 4 right there all bunched up together.
Oh, I see.
So that's our garden adventure this morning.
Potatoes, or the pumpkins will be interesting to see how we were able to get them, because obviously we can't even get into the middle.
Yeah.
So do you just wait till they die and you walk over and get them?
I don't know. We'll have to check Google for that. But here's one of the pumpkins.
Look how pretty the flowers are.
Look at the side. That one's pretty stinking big already.
Is that a pumpkin or a
Yeah,
watermelon?
that's a pumpkin. That's a pumpkin there.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pumpkin. That's getting pretty big.
Yeah,
Was that a foot tall?
Easily a foot tall.
I think. Let's see if I can find any more to show you. Oh, that was a pretty butterfly.
Yours probably like up there is going to be the big one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so hard to see in there because it's so thick. And I think we also learned that we need to do more pruning back of our tomato or our pumpkin plants as they grow. They don't need to be as viney. And we have done a little cutting back, but they've just gotten so out of control you can't hardly do anything with them. So we'll just let them grow and see what we got. I don't see any pumpkins in there. Oh, there's one. Ooh, look at that one. Let's see if I can get you guys down there. Look at that thing. Might have to open up a pumpkin stand. What's that? See, we showed you on one video the little watermelon, but I can't find them anymore.
Hey, my first red cherry.
She got her first cherry tomato, first ripe one.
So all the red ones are at the very, very bottom.
Oh, I suppose.
But here's my first one.
How's it taste?
It's muddy.
Oh, thought you were a farm girl now.
I but it's muddy.
Not that farm girlish. Ah, don't eat it if it's dirty.
That's really dirty.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get that mud off there, I'd eat it. But yeah, it's like the worst thing is I gotta break so much.
Yeah,
it's down there.
It is a mess.
And there's another red one. Look at that. But yeah, so I have cherry tomatoes that I'm picking and these because those vines have come over to here. Because look, all those are the regular ones, and then these are cherries. So I think I also may have messed up when I planted them, because that for sure is a cherry. And then here's a cherry, but I think that vine comes from over there. I think. I don't know. That's crazy. But we get to have BLTs today. We
don't have any bacon.
There's a grocery store. Yeah.
So another thing I think I'll take you over to show you. And we probably showed you during the first farm tour video. But we've kind of been deciding whether or not we're going to add more animals to our farm. Like I say, we're taking it slow, don't want to overwhelm ourselves. But there's this area here, and we believe it was their garden because it's got fencing around the bottom. We actually did start to clear out some of it. As you can tell, it's just kind of a great big mess. But it's kind of adjacent to the chicken coop slightly, which is also a mess. I can't believe they don't keep their run eaten down, but they don't stay in their run. So yeah, this is like I say, it was their garden area at one time, and you can see they got fencing here, and so then birds landed on the fence, pooped out the tree seeds, and trees grew up all in it. So we're going to go in, we're going to trim up the trees a little bit, and we're going to try and fence in this area a little bit. And I think we're thinking it's going to be goats. We put 2 or 3, 4 goats in here. One guy told us, why in the world would you clean it out? That's what you put the goats in, they love to eat it. But so we thought we'd see, and then this is a little path that goes back to the back building that we've got cut out. But you can kind of see the mess in there. It's mostly weeds and stuff. It don't look near as bad in the winter when the weeds die down. But so we're thinking about trying to put a fence and a little shed out here, and then next spring adding a few goats to the family. I don't know, I was kind of leaning towards guinea hogs more than goats, just for the simple fact that they could provide more, a meat source for us. I mean, I don't mind just pets, but I would like the stuff here to actually provide a product. It doesn't seem terribly cost effective just to have, goats if we're not going to do anything with them. I know they're cute, they're funny, but they're also smelly, hard to keep in, and you still got to feed them. So that's where we're kind of at as to whether or not it's going to be goats, guinea hogs. Alpacas was kind of on my list too, but that's a lot along the lines of goats, but they just don't, they're for cute looks and stuff. I don't know if anybody's watching this and have suggestions, throw them out there. since we kind of passed the point of getting corn off those rows, we went ahead and pulled down 3 of the 4, left the other one up, and see if the deer want to eat it. And now we should be able to get to the tomatoes a lot better. There's actually just a ton of tomatoes now on this side. Hopefully now they'll get a little more sun. Our cherry tomato tree's just gone crazy. Or plant, not tree. I don't know if you can see all those in the video. There's just oodles and oodles of cherry tomatoes. So hopefully this will give them a little more sun, a little more air too. And then we'd, like I say, we'd miss the window to harvest what there was, and deer had eaten a lot of it. But kind of here's our, you can see it's all dimpled. We just missed the window a little too late. So yeah, the beans do look good from the first, or our second little planting.
Yeah, from the second plant they look real good.
Yeah. Well, now with those down, I can get the rototiller in there. It's a little too wet, so we'll have to do that. I'll have to let it dry out, maybe with the corn gone it, let it dry out a little bit more. We might look into seeing if there's something we can plant this late in the season.
It's all the brassicas.
Yeah, brassicas. What is it, August 7th or something right now?
August. I think it said you can plant all the way up to September.
Yeah, so we may throw something down in here, or we may just start working on weed control for next year. We'll just have to see how it goes. I think next year I definitely don't want to plant all my corn at once. It's too much for us to get hauled in before it goes bad. I'd like to stagger it a little bit so that we get, that way we have fresh corn over a month or two instead of just for a week. But it does look a little better where we clean that out, and should be easier to get to the tomatoes. I didn't really have intentions of working in the garden today.
Yeah, we're supposed to be working on your truck.
Yeah, I kind of have other projects that need to be getting taken care of. But sometimes I suppose that's our ADHD. You walk by something and see what a mess it is, and you start cleaning it up. Yeah, well, it's because we have 2 sprinklers that overlap right there. So,
That's soggy.
yeah, it really waters good there. Maybe next year I'll figure out something better for irrigation. But this is our current state of our garden. A lot of weeds and a lot of vegetables. So I guess we're doing all right. So if we got the pigs like we were talking, we could haul this all off to the pigs and let them eat that. It'll probably end up in the compost pile. We'll let the deer, see if the deer want to come pick through it, look for the ears. I don't know. They seem kind of picky. Maybe they don't like it not fresh either. That's one of my thoughts with having pigs. Is we have stuff we can feed them that don't cost us anything. I assume they'd like it. I don't know. Some pigs I don't think are picky. What did you find, honey?
I didn't find it. You found it.
Well, what did we find?
Broccoli.
Got one little floret of broccoli.
See what happens when we weed the garden? We find more vegetables.
Yeah.
It's being overtaken by the...
Is that a squash or a zucchini?
That's zucchini. It's being overtaken by the zucchini. So there's another one in here. And see, when does the cauliflower start getting its heads?
I don't know.
Because these things are massive, but there's no heads to them. And I don't know when they get their heads.
I'll Google that. Remind me to Google it. Yeah, they are big.
I mean, they're knee height to me.
Yeah, well, and they're completely surrounded by weeds,
Yeah,
so
unless they were supposed to go like this, and with all the weeds, they just went out.
I don't know. I don't know if they bolted. I don't know if that's bolting.
And then what do we have over here?
You're supposed to have Brussels sprouts that you replanted, but I don't think...
I think our weeds took over. And
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any Brussels sprouts out of this mess.
if we do, we ain't gonna know the difference between a weed and a Brussels sprout.
Yeah.
My pepper plant looks good,
Yeah, it is.
but it's not producing any pepper.
It is improving.
My onions are doing good. You can't see that, and the potatoes are doing good.
Yeah, we're here to see what's going to happen with the potatoes when we start uncovering them.
We're excited about the potatoes. That's all that.
Looks like your onions are getting...
My onions are getting big.
We've picked a few.
Yeah, all the ones that the ducks and the chickens have decided to pick for me that I came out here. We're drying them in the laundry room, which gives it a lovely odor. I shouldn't say odor. Lovely fragrance. Thought this was something else, but
I think those are potatoes that have come out, so that's...
We probably should have Googled to make sure. I know it said you're supposed to leave some green out, and I figured once the green came up that the potatoes were going down. But they must come off each of the vines.
I don't know.
And so if I would have kept putting them in the dirt, you know what I mean? Like if I would have kept
putting
laying more straw on it, those could have turned into potatoes. But those are the only ones I see.
Yeah.
That's why
well, what about further down here with the ones that are flowered?
Careful, my onions. And they also said that green potatoes are poisonous, eat for animals and humans. So don't ever eat a green potato. I don't see any more on them. But I'm pretty sure we did mess up. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to probably
keep covering more.
Keep covering more.
I don't know. Well, pull back the...
That was the only one, though.
Well, let's pull back the straw on this one.
Do you want to do it on this one, or do you want to do it on a smaller one? Because that's pretty big, so there might be a lot on there.
Well, but we can cover it back up.
Can we?
Yeah.
And it won't hurt it?
I think so.
Okay. You just want me to do it so there's an animal in there.
Well, I'll do it.
That's gross.
Well, we're going to eat food out of that.
Big potatoes!
Oh, yeah, little potatoes. Oh,
that's a big one.
Because there was one people we watched.
They just pulled up the vine and shook it off.
Well, but they also dug...
Oh, yep, there's more. See?
Oh, yeah.
I messed up.
Well, we're still getting potatoes. But they would dig up, eat some out of the...
Yeah, they would. Yeah, it's attached.
That's a big potato.
Yeah, it is. Oh, nope, that's a stalk.
So we are going to get some potatoes. But
two! Woohoo!
Well, if there's 2 on every one of those plants, we'd have like 10.
Have enough for a roast. Watch out for my onion.
She yells at me like that all the time.
Okay, this is our other... That did really good after we cut it back. We just need to remember to keep eating it.
Yeah, but we're too far behind.
Yeah, we're way far behind. So this is our Swiss chard. This is something that bolted already.
Oh, yeah.
Must be lettuce.
It was a mix. It was like called miscuous or something that we planted. It was like a mixture of all these different lettuce types. The one thing I really want to do is I want to get a greenhouse for our lettuce.
Yeah.
So we can have lettuce all year round.
And actually they say you can start planting your lettuce now because lettuce will actually grow really well in the winter.
Yeah.
But that is really pretty.
It is pretty, but I bet
it's a flower garden.
I bet it's disgusting tasting though.
Well, no, I'm not eating it, but that is really pretty. That red is gorgeous.
I did try this like a week.
We eat these little ones.
Yeah, maybe those.
Tastes like lettuce.
Does it taste like lettuce? I had some last week. It was not.
I think you had this part right here.
Yeah, oh yeah, that probably is what I ate last week. I thought you said it was really good. Tastes like lettuce. Not so much?
But lettuce tastes like grass.
Oh.
I love lettuce, but I like it with Dorothy and ranch on it.
So.
It looks really pretty though.
Oh, am I standing on watermelon? No, I don't know.
I think you're standing on these.
No.
I haven't seen any watermelons.
Well, we saw those ones in our last video. We took some video of it, but I think they're clear back in there where the pumpkins have taken over.
Again.
Oh, there's a little bee. Look at it, little pollinator.
On right here though too, right?
Yes, all of this is watermelon.
And this one is?
Yeah. Thought about getting bees, but it looks fairly complicated and I don't know, inexpensive to start.
I love the pumpkin flowers.
Yeah, the pumpkins are pretty.
First did this, everyone's like, oh my gosh, your garden is so huge. You know, you're never going to be able to take care of that stuff. Obviously, we're not able to take care of it. But if we did a small pumpkin patch and planted all those ones,
it would take over your whole yard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we have 7 plants in here.
Oh no, there's more than that.
No, pumpkin plants.
I think there's more than that.
Is there?
I want to say there's like 10. Well, there's 10 of the normal size, and then there's 3 of the large breed.
I don't think your average gardener plants pumpkins. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like that. It's a pumpkin patch.
We always did when we were kids. Dad would plant them.
How big was it?
I don't remember. I was a kid.
This is massive.
It's a lot of stinking pumpkin.
If we get pumpkins, I'm going to be mad if it's just a lot of yellow. Well, I love yellow, so I'll be happy with the flowers.
Well, there was that one right here that's... Where'd that one go? Did you see this one, honey? Come look at this one.
You need to get a... Ooh, look at that beautiful thing.
Yeah, so you got pumpkins.
You need to get a drone and then go underneath my pumpkins so I can see my pumpkins.
They don't have drones that go under stuff. Wow, they do, but... So we got our small little harvest in our baskets today.
His make fun of Mickey baskets, which now there's another one.
So, hauling in our little harvest.
Unfortunately, I probably eat more than I'm taking into the house because even though there was dirt on some of those cherry tomatoes, I did eat some. And I've been munching on the snap peas too. And snap peas are a snack.
No, cookies are a snack. Snap peas are a side.
Snap peas are a snack. It got hot.
It was supposed to get up to almost 100 today.
Ugh.
So, told you we lost the one Polish, but we're letting Kateri, I can never remember her name. We're letting her out and about, not sticking her in her little, keeping her stuck in her coop.
She did go pretty far.
She has been away. I don't know if she's looking for Dilly.
Yeah.
I don't know how bonded chickens are. And I do feel really bad about Dilly. He was fine last night. He was fine last night. This morning he was just laying there. Had that goop coming out of his vent, and I don't know.
She holds her own.
Yeah, she's kind of a bully actually.
Yeah, she is.
Which is good because she don't have much size and being injured. But yeah, like I say, it's been a little rough day on the farm this morning. Hadn't lost a chicken yet. Lost 3 in one day basically. But I guess that's life on the farm.